Welcome. This is David Bowles, Human Meme. Today's topic, No Advocacy Advocates. We all have vested interests, our jobs, our families, our friends, our dreams. We also know there are those among us who will wear their advocacy on their sleeves like emblems of embrace. Oh, you've seen them. The one who puts social status over kindness, those who place skin color above the norm, those who refuse to believe science because it goes against what they feel, the politician who puts donations, collections, over serving the real interests of the people. And the problem with those sorts of advocates is they don't really believe in what they're saying they support. They only support what they believe makes them look better to their imaginary peers than what is really happening inside their skin under scrutiny. And, my human meme friend, I do feel for those who are advocates without advocacy. They live to win awards. They want to give honors to their friends. They want to live in a fantasy world of pretend instead of reaping the whirlwind that is the real world. And I'm sure you've met these no advocacy advocates. They claim to be a part of something great, a wonderful movement, but they have nothing to show for the effort on their side of it all, even in the in-between. They are not part of anything of substance. They are only marginally named as being present, and they need to let others know of their associations, to cop you into their list, to create the imaginary deeds they have no time to ever finish on their own. And so to those folks, the result does not matter. Only fake publicity and false pride have value for them. And we know these people, not by their deeds or their merits, but just by all the noise they make. The authentic, those of us who work and cry and bleed for a cause, well, we know the importance of it all. The importance is in the doing and not in the separation of the blood from the sweat. They, the others, no, they are only dedicating their lives to the betterment of themselves and never to the goodness of the world. And that severe distinction matters only to them, because they are all that matters. But in the longer run of us, we work to bring joy to each other, not to win awards for the private self or to celebrate the public ego. No, the trick is how to deal with these false virtue signalers, so we do not have a melodic breakdown of theory against reality. And yes, that takes some coping skills and contamination avoidance. Coping skills in that we need to reduce them while accepting them. And contamination avoidance in that if their behavior continues along unchallenged, then we are all doomed to become a repeating part of their ignoble history. My human meme friend, the true advocate is anonymous, but not cowardly. You help others, not to help yourself, but because that is what is expected of you in a polite and curious society. And if we want to move forward as one, then we need to become advocates for each other with a verifiable means and result. There's no more time for talk or puffery. No, we only make room for determination and examination of complete behavioral results. The false advocate relies upon mysticism and fakery and misdirection. However, if you play along with their game and agree to be fooled by them, well, then we all lose in the fragile social ego building created on a false promise of talent and deception. The real advocate can support without crushing. The real advocate can take a cause and win with it without anyone else knowing. And there is great human satisfaction in that result, because the only person who needs to know you did well is you. Sure, society is now built on promotion and social media, but that doesn't mean any of that is right in this moment. In fact, it is all just incredibly wrong. Verifiable self-satisfaction in a job well done and kept private and confidential has much more staying power in the consideration of others than any empty braying could ever hope to offer. And the idea here is not to parley, P-A-R-L-E-Y, not to negotiate. No, the idea here is to create substance and meaning that leads to consequence and corrugation. From flat and calm to lively and folded. The empty advocate is full of only the self. The hardy advocate exists only for the successful end result of bringing the glimmer of enduring life back to the world. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.